this. Visually, there's the story of the first three matches. Durbin winning all three with 8 strikes, 244 to Joe Salvemini's 198. Now the championship match for the bull for 62,000. Aulby and Durbin. Huge crowd watching along with you in the 20th Tournament of Champions. Wide World will follow next, which includes live coverage of the Wood Memorial and also live coverage of a World Welterweight Championship bout in the Texas city of Fort Worth. We're going to take a short pause and go to Fort Worth and Al Michaels. Well, we're back here in Fairlawn, Ohio, suburb of Akron. We're ready now for the championship match for the 20th time. Final game of the Firestone Tournament of Champions. Shooting first will be the man who has won 2. 5 players have done that in the past. So he'd like to become the first to win 3, but he has to go against the tournament leader, left-hander Mike Aulby. Shot number 1. Leaving a 10-pin on the left lane.
The strategy for the final match, Chris, the track side of the right-hand lane where all the players play, it's difficult to cross lanes and figure them out. But when you sit on a pair like Durbin is right now, you can make the track work to your advantage. Also, Joe Salvemini just came by. He says if he's going to give Aulby any advice, play outside on the left and inside on the right. Let's see what happens.
Mike goes cross lane, gets the 10-pin. So we'll keep a close eye on Mike, who's had to work very hard under this intense pressure after sustaining a stomach virus yesterday. See if he can keep up his strength and concentration. And Mike Aulby, right off, the youngest player in the field, 24 years old, gets a re-rack. Here he goes, takes a little time. All right, profile view of that stroke, Nelson.
Chris, one of the aggressive young lions on the tour, left-hander Mike Aulby's been around a few years, even though he's only 24 years old, has won a lot of money, and here's the reason why. He's not only aggressive, but he has a great style and a great bowling ball, and he can read the lanes. He even played that inside shot that Salvemini was talking about here on the right. Let's see what he does on the left. Maybe he can really put some pressure on Durbin early in the match. He could take a 10-pin lead, the tournament leader.
The PBA national champion, Mike Aulby, leaves the 7-pin. And Tammy Aulby.
Tammy Aulby, the sister of Candy Cook, the Canepa girls, married to Mike Aulby and Steve Cook.
Mike's last title came in 1981, Canadian Open.
Last time Mike was the tournament leader was in the Grand Prix in Paris, and he missed 2 7-pins in a championship match. Let's see what happens.
Worried after that release. Mike Aulby of Indianapolis.
Durbin through 3 games only has missed the pocket, the 1-3 zone, 4 times. Discipline, control, one of the great talents to ever step on the bowling lane right here, going for his 3rd Firestone.
An 18-year difference in age between these 2 finalists. Durbin has won 3 matches today. Winner here will get $40,000. The runner-up, $22,000. Been a big week for Mike, being inducted into the PBA Hall of Fame on Monday night, along with Glenn Allison and Bud Fisher. Important double for Durbin.
You can see Durbin's line. He's still playing right around that first arrow as he makes a stroke. It comes right on in, right over that first arrow, and then solid in the pocket. Aulby to put some pressure on Durbin.
And on the right lane.
Chris, the left-handers have really struggled today, and it's fairly obvious that they cannot play the same line that they've played all week. I watched the left-handers play a line that sent the ball out right near the channel. You see Always nowhere near that, and they said that the the shot is just too slick out there. The ball won't come back, and so they're forced to play around the second arrow, and it's giving them some trouble. And you can see how slick it was. He sent it wide. Now, that was the same type of shot. He was playing for a strike, and the ball just did not come back. Here you go from a low angle. Now, here was the strike shot now earlier in the week, and yet it can't even get up to make the 2-pin. Aulby once again misses a spare. He couldn't figure the ball would not hook that much. It's hooked plenty all week long. He's in real trouble.
All of a sudden, you trail by 22. This is where you have to come back. And what happens?
And it's not getting any better as he has a shot here where Aulby has to go for this, and the angle of attack he must use is a cross lane, get the ball over in this area, hit the 6 pin, and drive it over into the 8. It's a must shot early in the match for Aulby. If he converts, he will only trail by 22. If he misses, it'll be more than 32 pins.
No luck on that strike for Mike Aulby of Indianapolis. 32 pins. That's the difference between Durbin and Aulby. See more of this championship match after this. Durbin hoping to cover the 6-10 in the 4th frame. Yes. Mike Durbin averaging .234 in 3 victories in Firestone Tournament of Champions. He's in the final game with 40 to the winner, the runner-up.
Mike in a situation where he just kind of has a great lead with 6 frames to go. His 3rd Firestone somewhat in the bag, although Aulby should have something to say about that in the last 6 frames. Mode. Keep the ball in.
In the field of 5, most consistent, Mike Durbin. Mike Aulby now, after an open frame, shooting in the 5th. Back-to-back wins.
The ball just will not come back. You see Aulby send it a little wide to adjust for a high hit, and it slides by and it leaves a 3-5 spare. Now here this ball, you can see it trying to bite. He's rooting for it. Just barely nicks the head pin. He has the 3-5, has to watch out for the chop, Chris.
Oh, what do? Change balls? What do you know, it's frustrating, isn't it?
Has to take a gamble. $1,000 has to just go, as we say, rocket. 3 in a row, 3 opens in a row. We call that a buzzer in the tour. As Ham shakes her head, she knows that Mike Aulby is in trouble. Mike Durbin in the driver's seat. 42-pin lead. We never expected a cakewalk. It looks like it could be that way.
Mike Aulby was 7th in 82, 18th in 80, 22nd in 1981, the PBA Rookie of the Year, PBA National Champion once, 4 titles. Sure, he's saying, finally.